Hello, everyone. Well, today we're going to take a look at the difference between gerund and infinitive. How exciting, you might say. Gerund versus infinitive. Now, but first of all, what is the gerund? What is it? Well, the gerund is a verb which finishes with the ing. For example, dancing, cooking. Okay? Infinitive starts with a to. For example, to cook. Now then, when do we use these two, you may ask? Well, we can divide it into three sections. Let's have a look at this. So what we can do is this. We can say the gerund we can use in three situations. The first one is after some verbs. For example, the verb love. Love or like or don't mind. And when we use these ones, we always use an ing. For example, I love cooking, I love dancing, I don't mind cooking, okay? Now we can use the gerund in three situations. After these verbs, or, when the verb is at the start of the phrase. For example, swimming is such good fun. Swimming is such good fun. Now, in this case, the verb, and we'll tell you what I'll do, I'll use a red line. The verb is the subject of the phrase. So I'm going to write down here, subject. And when it's the subject, we use the ing, like any good gerund. Another situation where we use the gerund is when is it? It's when we have a preposition. Let's have a look. A typical preposition could be in. For example, I'm interested. Repeat, I'm interested in cooking. Like all good Italians, I'm interested in cooking. So when we have a preposition, we have the ing. So here I'm going to write down preposition. Preposition. So here we have three examples where we use the gerund. And now it's the time for the infinitive. Let's have a look. When do we use an infinitive, everybody? We use an infinitive after some verbs. For example, want. I want to go home. So after want, we have to. Or for example, for this year, we've decided to go to America. So decide, I can also put it in the past as well. So decided to go to America. So here we've got a list of verbs which needs the to. And here we've got a list of verbs which use the ing. Now the list is quite long, and I'm going to send you the list, or the list will be attached to this video. Okay? Now, when do we use the infinitive? Well, after some verbs, and also we use the infinitive after not a preposition, after an adjective. For example, let's have a think of a really good adjective. Easy. Easy is an adjective. Easy. And for example, English is easy to learn. But Italian is difficult to learn. Yes, Italian is difficult and English is easy to learn. So here we've got the infinitive, da da da, and it's because here we've got an adjective. Adjective. Okay? If you like, I'll write it down like that. Adjective. And the last situation, and we're almost finished, the last time we use an infinitive is when do we use it? Aha! When we say why we do something. For example, this morning I went to the bank to deposit the 1 million. Oh, yes. So I went to the bank. I went to the bank to deposit. Now here, 1 million. Now in Italian, you don't have the to. You say per depositare. So in Italian, when you have per with a verb, in English we have the to. And that's it. It's as easy as that. Gerund and infinitive. Now this explanation is for an intermediate level. And that's fine for lots of people. For some people, it's a bit easy. Maybe you did it last year. But this gives you a simple introduction to when we use the gerund and when we use the infinitive. Now, connected with this video, I'll have a list. I'm going to give you a special list of verbs which use the gerund and verbs. What I'll do, a bit of magic here. Verbs which use the gerund and verbs which use the infinitive. And so I'll give you a list of those verbs. And then we also have to remember these other situations. Okay? So we're going to stop there. I hope you've had an interesting lesson. This one is the first lesson of many, many, many. And keep tuned and I'll keep sending you them. If you don't want to receive any more, just tell me and I'll cancel you from the list. Okay? Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.